good morning, and welcome to Homes for Veterans with National Veterans Alliance. I'm Deb Doherty, and I have a very special guest today. And as you all know, I always have guests that really care about our veterans. And as you had heard from my last show, I had an event, and we had 107 real estate agents that attended the event. So I am so excited because we have a community of real estate agents that with a passion, and we're here for the veterans. And so we had such a great time. I can't even talk this morning. I'm so excited about having you here, Gabby. This is like so cool. So I just wanted everybody to know that, especially for the Treasure Coast, anybody that's moving here to Florida, the veterans, we cater to the veterans. So I have the mortgage company, I have the title company, I have the insurance company. I have a great team that is ready to go ahead and service the veterans. So as you know, that's a little bit about what we do. I know I say that every single week and that, but I'm going to get right into our special guest. We have Gabby Rothman, and she is amazing, and I'm going to have her tell you about herself. Much better to hear it from you. Welcome, Gabby. I'm so glad
Deb,
that you're
thank
here.
you so much for having me. I really appreciate this.
I thank you for your time. I'm
Thank
just so
you.
elated that you're here. So tell us about you.
Yeah.
You lived in St. Lucie County how long? And tell us anything that you want to know.
Well, I have lived in St. Lucie County since 1984 with my husband, my college sweetheart. My husband is a retired major with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office,
See,
first
this
responder.
Is like so great. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
And I worked in public service my whole life, working for the Public Defender's Office. So public service has been a part of our life, along with community service. It's always just been, it's always been so important, and we've taught our son that, the importance of giving back. So I decided back in December, and I filed to run on January 3rd for St. Lucie County Tax Collector.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's just, it's kind of like, I feel like all the roads in my life have led me to this point, to where I'm going to step up into a leadership position to affect change on behalf of the community and the residents that I have served for so many years. It's just the next step.
I think that is great because we need to have good people in office. We need to have good people that understand and have that passion for our veterans, but our first responders too.
Yes.
I mean.
Well, let me also. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, go ahead.
No, I am a daughter of an active duty Air Force veteran who died in active service. So veterans are very important to me. So I lived the Air Force life my whole life growing up.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it's always been. And when you came out with the organization DDS for Vets, it just piqued something in me, and I said, wow, I need to step up and support this organization. So I'm really proud of the work that you do for our veterans. So I've attended your galas, and I look forward to attending this year. It's just such a spectacular event. It's done so well. Anybody that gets an opportunity to attend, I promise you won't regret it. It's just everything comes together, from seeing young cadets sworn in, to seeing high-ranking military brass, to seeing the veterans that receive their service dogs. You will never walk away from an event and not feel more proud to be an American. So
that is true. We are very fortunate, and Gabby, the Treasure Coast has the best supporters.
Right.
We're just so blessed living in this area, and there's so much growth.
Yes.
My gosh, the growth is unbelievable.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this or not, but this is what we went over with the real estate agents. I actually had somebody from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs from Washington, D.C. down, and we have approximately 72,000 veterans retiring and coming to Florida, the whole state of Florida.
Yes.
And by 2027.
Wow.
I mean, those are the numbers, and we would love to be able to get some of the veterans to move here on the Treasure Coast.
Sure.
Because of all the building, because of everything that's going on. And So let me ask you, I know there's some perks
Sure.
with that, with the St.
Sure.
Lucie County. So what
Yeah.
are just, I know there's a whole list and we probably don't have enough time for her
Yeah,
to list them
yeah,
all.
yeah.
But I believe your number and contact is going to be on the screen
Right,
so they
right.
can go ahead and contact you. But tell us some of those
So
perks.
I am running for the office of the tax collector, which oftentimes is confused with a property appraiser. People seem to think that would have anything to do with setting the property tax rate, which I don't.
Right.
I would be an agent to collect and distribute property taxes.
Right.
But as an agent of the DMV, it's important to let veterans know that you can apply to have the veterans identification on your driver's license, which it
Okay.
gives you benefits if if you want to attend a favorite restaurant or maybe attend a theme park, and it gives you verification that you are a veteran. If you're a disabled veteran, you would qualify for a disabled veterans license plate free of charge.
That's
So
nice.
there's so much more, and I look forward to sharing that with the community. But as the tax collector, veterans are a priority to me, and I will always keep them in the forethought of my decisions, because as a military daughter, they are very important. And so I'm going. So with that, I am. Campaigns are not easy. I say they're not for the weak or the weary.
Right.
And a part of campaigning is you have to raise money.
Yeah.
And for my campaign, we are doing a pistol shootout competition.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
Okay, well this
is amazing.
This
You will
is a
love it.
one-of-a-kind event.
Yes.
Have not been done on the Treasure Coast. We had to think outside of the box a little
Yes.
bit. It's not like the typical clay shoot. It's going to be held at the Okeechobee Sporting Club, and you will be assigned. The participants will be assigned to shoot against somebody, and you'll go up to the mark and shoot, and then there'll be a winner and a loser. So there's a
Nice.
double elimination, and
Oh,
so
okay, double.
yeah. But we got big prizes, yeah, for the best shots. So
And what's the date on this?
the date is, there's a social gathering on November 9th at Gator Trace, and anybody is invited to attend that. That's
Oh,
just kind of
wonderful.
get together. I'm going to be primarily talking about the concealed weapons permit and why that's important to
Right.
St. Lucie County. And then the shootout competition will be held on Saturday, November 11th at Okeechobee Sporting Club at 8 a.m., and that is on Veterans Day. And so that was why it was important to me to make sure that we donate a portion of the proceeds to DDS for Vets.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And we're talking about the concealed weapon permit. I'm hearing right now, and some veterans are complaining, or some people are, they have to go to the county either north or south
Yes,
of
correct.
us.
Yes, correct.
So why is that gap?
Well, you know, it is, when I first came out on my campaign, it was something that I wanted to bring awareness. St. Lucie County residents travel to Martin, Okeechobee, and Indian River County to get their concealed permit, not knowing that it was the current St. Lucie County tax collector who made the decision to withhold this government service, citing public safety concerns. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
The permit keeps the public safe.
Yeah.
So when I'm your elected tax collector, I promise you from day one, I will make sure that you will be able to apply for your concealed permit, and I will stop that revenue from walking away from St. Lucie County. Because that's what's critical to me. Is people tell me every day my taxes are so high. I have to raise revenue
Right.
in order to contribute to the public
Of course
purse.
you do. Of course.
And then I can have the seat at the table and say, wait a minute, I've returned this amount of revenue. Let's talk about lowering taxes.
Right.
So that's why it's important. And there are other opportunities of fee generating services that I will discuss later on in the campaign. But I promise you, it's going to be really exciting. And I think St. Lucie County residents are ready for this change.
Oh, I definitely. And why would you give away the revenue?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
but-
sense to me. I mean, as a fiscal conservative, I saw the problem, and I just don't want to be the person that stands on the sides and complains, my taxes are too high.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice myself at all costs,
Yep.
and I'm going to get in this race, and I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need this job. I could be perfectly fine. I served my community well, but I want this job, and
Yeah.
I'm going to do this job for all the right reasons.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's it's being a servant, and it's just like with National Veterans Alliance. It's DDS for Vets. I'm just the servant, and
Yes.
we're a Christian-based nonprofit and the business National Veterans Alliance. But it's all about the veteran. and it's about giving, and it's about what can
Yes.
we do to serve you, because I'm sure you already know this. The veterans, they don't ask for help.
No, they don't.
They don't want to ask for help.
No.
So we want to make sure that they know the help is
there.
here.
Yes.
And so tell us about, your husband, and that's another thing too. The first responders, they are just as important. And unfortunately today, they're just getting
A bad
such
rap.
negative
Yes.
the rap, because, I don't care what corporation you're with.
Right.
There's always going to be those bad apples,
Of course.
or the whiners, the complainers, and instead of improving on themselves, they just want to sit back and complain. And I just, and your husband's been how long in the service?
He served for the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office for 34 years. I was
Wow.
very proud, proud Leo family. And Deb, every night I would kiss him goodbye when he would leave to go to work, and he'd put on that gun and badge. And I didn't know if that was the last time I was ever going
Yeah.
to see him. So that's a part
Yeah.
of our family. When he started his career, we were very young, and it was a very
Yeah.
different time. We could talk about I was very proud to be a Leo wife.
Yeah.
And as time has gone on, law enforcement has received a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And I find myself now not even leading with that. And that's something that I've been very proud and cherish, that I'm a
Yeah.
Leo wife. And so, it's unfortunate the culture has changed.
It is a shame, and because what people don't realize is that they are serving us every day. They're putting their life on the line,
Correct.
and you just never know.
Correct.
You just never know, and that has to be nerve-wracking.
It is.
And again, that's why DDS for Vets is here too. We have the veterans, and that are battling. I don't want to say suffering. They're battling
Right.
PTS, and we want to make sure we help them. And we have wonderful counselors, and we have the veterans, and we have first responders that come in, and everything is confidential, and we just really want to be able to go ahead and help. The good news is that it is helping, because the veterans, they're referring out, and so when you're doing the right thing.
Can I jump in real quick?
You can.
Just real quick.
Absolutely. Please do.
I am a parent. Of course, I raised my son under the the community service philosophy. My son has embarked on. He's going into a career in mental health. And so he's currently a doctoral candidate in Kentucky.
Nice. Wonderful.
Yes, and he's doing his internship at the Christ Hospital. But he's doing a national research study
Is
on
he?
post 9/11 veterans and PTSD. And these research studies are critical to help future
They-
and advance treatment in mental health. And so he said, Mom, please give a plug. Any veteran that wants to participate in the study receives $30 compensation. So I said I'd be happy to share.
I think, look, this is fantastic. So what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you information after the show. I'm going to give you Michael Geyer, who's
Okay.
the actor, producer, director out of
thank you.
California, and he's one of our advisors. He did a documentary on Wounded Heroes, and it's about the veterans who suffer from the PTSD,
Yes.
or PTS they call it now. But what it is that the different programs that have helped. But he also did one on 9/11.
Right.
The information that Michael Geyer has, your son, I need to put the two of them
Yes,
together.
they do.
That will
And
will
my
help
son
both.
has the statistical data on
Okay.
that. Yes.
That's definitely what we need to do.
Oh, thank you.
And but Gabby, thank you so much
Oh,
for
thank you for
joining
having
us,
me.
and I'm so glad. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the gala this year.
Please.
It's October 7th, 2023. It's at Hutchinson Shores Resort in Jensen Beach. This is going to be a gala where we go ahead and we honor our veterans. We have Marines in that were injured in the 2021 exit in the Afghanistan, which, as I say every week, should not have happened. That is huge. We even have the parents coming in, because we're going to be presenting one of the Marines that was injured in the bombing. We're going to be giving him a dog. So we're very excited about that. Our guests are awesome. We have Ray Kashkar. He is the Navy SEAL who rescued Captain Phillips, and he is very good friends, actually best friends with Rob O'Neill, who killed bin Laden. But it's even going to go one step further. He's coming in on a Friday, Saturday morning, 8:30 in the morning, behind Hutchinson Shores, right on the beach. He's calling anybody, but all veterans, first responders, who want to take a run with him on the beach. So that's pretty cool.
That
We're
is
so excited
exciting
about that.
Yes.
We're also too, It's going to be different. Last year we did have a lot of speakers. We cut back on that a little bit, but the speakers we have are fantastic. They have great information. During our dinner, everyone's going to be able to enjoy their dinner with no speakers. I do listen to improvements. And about 9:15, the presentation will be over. Between 9:15, the presentation will be over. And we have Nashville artist Tom Jackson Band that will be playing for us. So there is going to be a huge dance floor. We're going to go ahead and at that point celebrate with our veterans. So tickets are on sale now, but ticket sales will shut off at Sunday evening at midnight. After that, we're basically pretty much going to be sold out. But we're very excited. If you want any information, you can call me at 561-246-0566. And everybody, thank you again. Thank you, Gabby.
I look forward to seeing
and-
everybody at the Believe in the Mission Gala.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yes, come up and see
fantastic.
me. Come talk to me, and we'll
Oh.
talk about taxes.
We have so many people that want to meet you that night. So thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you.